Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to be testing out some art supplies from Wish. And today's video is sponsored by Wish, so Wish, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm sure most of you have heard of Wish by now, but if you haven't, it's an online shop that has so many products available, and they are super affordable because they come directly from the manufacturers. You can browse their website on desktop or you can download their app. It is very easy to use. They have a huge selection of items, everything from clothing to accessories to art supplies like what we're using in this video. You can find almost anything, even some really strange and unique products. It's fun to browse the app and just see what you can find and see what deals you can snag. They are very reliable and provide good customer service, and they do have an express shipping option, which is good for when you need things really quickly. You can get express shipping on any item that has that little orange truck icon next to it, and it will arrive in 3 to 7 days. So download the Wish app and see what you can find. So the first item I have here is a pencil case. As you can see, it is huge. There are several zipper pouches and a little handle. And when you open it up, you have a bunch of slots for pencils or thin markers, liners, whatever you want to put in here. It has 184 slots, so you can fit a lot of stuff in here. This one is just really nice though. I really like the feel of the outside. It's just very nice quality. It's big enough that it can fit the full-length pencils horizontally. So you can jam pack a lot into here. The zippers work well, they're easy to close. It's very cute. Kind of looks like a purse. Oh, and this one was $16. Now, I have another one that is very similar but smaller. I think I like the turquoise one better, but if you're looking for something a little more portable, this is pretty good. The zippers are very easy to undo. And it's a very similar layout inside, except that the pencils will sit vertically instead of horizontally. And this one has 72 slots. Here you see some larger slots for other items like erasers or maybe just a marker, anything that's thicker. This pencil case here was $9, and here's how it looks with the pencils. So next up, I have a couple sketchbooks here. This one is pink and has a faux leather style cover. And then inside there are a couple different paper types. This one has dots, which you could use for bullet journaling or whatever you want. I would just sketch directly over this. And then you have the craft paper, which also has some subtle dots on it. The paper in this one is definitely on the thin side, so I would use it more for sketching or taking notes, not so much for any kind of wet medium like markers or paints. And this one was $4. The other one is a little more heavy duty. You can see it has a cloth cover. There is a wooden pencil which is actually holding the whole thing closed. So if you pull this out, then you can open up the sketchbook. It even has an extra little pouch here so you can put some other materials in it, other pencils, pens, whatever you want. And the paper in this one is thicker than the other one. And this is just a plain sketchbook with no dots or anything on it. There are so many pages. Look at this bad boy. So I will be trying these out. I'm not just gonna flip through them, but we need to move on and look at the next supply first. This is gonna be a journey where I create art throughout the video. When I was browsing through Wish, I came across 2mm pencil lead. Because by the way, I picked out all these supplies. I looked through the website and picked the ones I wanted to use. So I was very intrigued by this 2mm lead. I've used 0.7mm and 0.5, but never 2mm. The pencil is very high quality. This is metal, and then this is a nice thick plastic. Like, it doesn't feel cheapy. Plus, on the end here, you can twist this around and it'll show a different value for the lead. So for example, that says 2B. It's a bit reflective, hard to see on camera. I don't know if the side view is any better, but you can twist this to denote which type of lead it is. So 2B, B, 2H. So if you have different varieties of lead in different pencils, it's a way of labeling them. And then here is the lead. I don't have any lead in the pencil just yet. Look at these thick boys. Stick it in there. Ooh. Oh, wait. Is there already some in there? Oh, there is. Sorry, Johnny, it is not your time yet. See, right now it has a very fine point to it. I want to wear it down to see what it's like when the lead is not brand new. It feels like a wooden pencil in mechanical pencil format, because it's about the same thickness as a regular wooden pencil. I'm gonna wear it down on some sandpaper. It's a lot faster. Wow, way faster. Holy smokes. Okay, it's very smooth too. I mean, that can partially be the paper. You get the feel of a wooden pencil with the convenience of a mechanical pencil. The pencil and lead came together and it cost $3. Thank you, Wish, for sponsoring this video. Now let's move on to the next item. So next I got these gel pen cartridges, and this set here was 95 cents, and that is for 24 colors. And we need to put these into some barrels, so I ordered a bunch of barrels too. Woo! This set of barrels was $2. We pop the cap off and unscrew this. This is giving me flashbacks to my custom marker video. Screw this back on. Yeah, and then we have a gel pen. Cool. It's handy because you can replace the ink when it runs out, but you can reuse the barrels. So let's make a few more here. Alrighty, my pens are all assembled. Let's do some swatching. Squiggle, squiggle. Ooh! Oh, that's vibrant. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. This is definitely a hot pink. Neon pink. Why are there exclamation marks on all of them? I don't know. We're just excited about the pens, I guess. I don't know how accurate some of these color names are, but that's just what I'm gonna call them. I just want to see how some of these work on the craft paper. Oh yes, oh yes. I wonder if the neon ones will show up. Oh yes, they do. They are very opaque. So now I want to sketch out an actual idea, something we can color in later. Okay, I finally decided on an idea. This is just a rough sketch. I'm going to do the actual sketch on a separate piece of paper so that it's easier to trace it later. So now that I've finally come up with an idea of what to draw, I need to trace this sketch onto other paper. Because this is just regular computer printer paper, I'm going to trace it onto some watercolor paper. How am I going to do that, you ask? Well, I have a Lightbox. It's about 11 3/4 inches by 15 3/4 inches, so it's pretty big. But it is extremely flat. This doesn't even look like a Lightbox. Seriously, it is so thin, and look at where it plugs in. It's so teeny tiny. So to turn it on, you just lightly tap the power button and boom, it's on. And if you hold down the button, it doesn't actually press, it's just capacitive touch, it'll dim, so you can set it to whatever brightness you want. And then if I hold it down again, it lightens back up. So if you want it at about half brightness, just hold it down a little bit till it gets to your desired brightness and let go. So here's how it looks with cardstock on top. Of course, how well you can see through is also dependent on how bright the room is. I have quite a few lights on right now. This is with some watercolor paper. Here's how my line art now looks. I decided to use blue for it. The Lightbox worked great, and it's only $24. Like, what? A Lightbox that big for $24? So we have our line art. Next up, we need to color it. So it's a good thing I grabbed some coloring supplies from Wish. Thank you, Wish, for sponsoring this video. The first thing is this watercolor set. It's one of those travel style sets. This one has 36 colors and 2 brushes. You're supposed to load the brushes with water, and then you don't need to dip a paintbrush into water, and you can use these sponges to clean off your brushes in between colors. And this piece here is a palette. This set was only $13. $13 for all these paints. That is a steal. And I got some extra brushes because I didn't want just these ones. I wanted to try some other ones. I came across this set and it looked very intriguing because there are a good variety of sizes, and these are just huge. Look how much water these can hold. So here are the brush tips we have. We have these pointy ones in 3 different sizes and these square ones in 3 different sizes. I've never seen a square tipped water brush before, and look at the size of these two. They're huge. I just thought that was pretty interesting. I just had to grab this set. And this set of 6 brushes cost $3. Again, amazing price. So what I'm gonna do is fill these with water and then do some swatching of the paints. I'm gonna test out the little brush one that came with the set. I think they're both the same size. Yes. Okay, the first one is white. Well, we gotta swatch it. If you're not supposed to use white when you're doing watercolor, then why does every watercolor set come with white? I probably should be doing my swatches more like that, where I fade it out. Kind of too late, but I'll try. I'll try fading them out a bit. Just a wee bit of cross-contamination. I feel like those sponges are getting really dirty really fast, so I'm gonna use some paper towel. Probably had a little cross-contamination, like there, but it's hard with water brushes. You must embrace the mixing of colors. These look pretty nice. I can't stop staring at this one, and I can't stop staring at that one, but it could also be because of the way the water dried. It just looks so good. I thought these would be a bit chalkier, but they're not that chalky at all. I'm actually surprised. Even when I caked it on this edge of every swatch where I did it darker, it's not chalky. Whoa. I'm really impressed. I thought for $13 they wouldn't be this nice. Now, these paints are not the only coloring supply I got from Wish. Did you really think I was gonna order from Wish and not get markers? Of course I did. Of course I did. This is a set of 60 colors. It comes in a little baggie like this. The colors are labeled on the top. You have a number code and then a written name like rose red, pastel violet, so on and so forth. Pale purple. That looks pink to me. These don't have a brush nib. They have a bullet nib and a chisel nib, but I just had to try them because this set of 60 colors was, drumroll please, $22. $22 for 60 markers. You're getting 3 markers for $1. The barrels feel super high quality. Some plastics just feel cheap. These actually feel nice. There was a choice of black barrels or white, and I chose white because I feel like lighter colored markers tend to feel higher quality. I don't know, there's something about black barrels that just feels more cheap. Maybe it's just the way they reflect. It makes it look like a cheaper plastic. I don't know. I've always thought that the white barrels look more snazzy. And look, we even have this thing here that denotes the non-broad tip, the little gray line. They look pretty nice, all things considered, but no brush nib. You know I love the brush nib, so I wish these did have a brush nib, but alas, they don't. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Let's swatch these and see what they're like. Thank you, Wish, for sponsoring this video. So here are the swatches. They're not fully in number order because I was not about to organize them before swatching them. I just started with pinky and peachy tones and then moved on to reds and so on and so forth. There is some structure to the numbering system. For example, all the zeros and tens appear to be red and pinky colors, but there are some pinks that are in the 80s, but the 80s seem to be purple because remember this one was labeled as being pale purple. What is 84 called? Pastel violets. So yeah, they're meant to be in the purple group. 70s are blues, 60s are also blues, 50s are greens, 40s are yellowy greens. Then you have green gray, blue gray, warm gray, cool gray, and black, and then yeah. So there is a pattern to it. So before I color this with the markers and watercolors, I just want to mention one last product. It's not being used for this artwork, so we'll just squeeze it in here last. It is an easel, a standing easel, because I have a desktop easel and that's it, and I've been wanting a full standing one, but I thought, well, I'm probably not going to use it much, so I couldn't really justify getting it until now. It folds up all teeny tiny and then opens up to a full-sized easel. It's made of wood, so it's pretty nice, and it comes with a palette. There's also a drawer in the back of it, and you can pull the drawer out forwards if you'd rather have the materials in front of you. There's also a longer strap, so if you don't want to use the handle, you can use the long strap instead. And this easel was $105. Now, let's move on to more coloring. I wanted to use both the paints and the markers for this, so I decided to use the paints for the bulk of the actual crystal ball or snow globe. I picture it being kind of more like a snow globe, and I don't know where this idea came from with the severed head and the keyhole. I don't know, maybe I saw it somewhere once before and it's just been in my subconscious. It just came to me and I thought, you know, why not? Why not? I knew the watercolor would work well for the swirliness inside the globe, so that's why I chose that. And then the parts that you want to pop, like the girl's head and the key and the stars, those were done with marker. Thank you once again, Wish, for sponsoring this video. I had a blast trying out all the supplies, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me test them out. If you would like to test out some affordable art supplies as well, check out the Wish app and see what you can find. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.